And I think this is the biggest news story of the 21st century, the renaissance of China, because China is an engine which is creating new material. It's the gift that keeps on giving. But so many people in the West have bought the notion that China is wicked, is evil, which I think is just idiotic, frankly. I'm interested in making films about China because nobody else is doing it. I'm very fond of the Chinese people. There's a 1.4 billion people. That's 1.4 billion potential human stories to tell. I'm not a propagandist. I'm not a China right or wrong adherent. I'm not a zealot. I'm a working filmmaker who recognizes a great subject when he sees one. Powers need to share. I don't think China has a particular kind of philosophy of domination. I don't see China ever wanting to be the dominant power and trying to convince people to live the Chinese way. It's not in the Chinese DNA. A lot of people see the rise of China as a threat. The Western powers, and most specifically America, they are so used to being in the front row seats. And suddenly the front row seats are occupied by people who are different. They're Asian. China will be the preeminent economic power and a very strong military power too. And it takes some getting used to. You know, when you're number one in class and suddenly a smarter kid comes and they get all the prizes, it's a blow to the ego. So the Western powers need to share. I don't think China has a particular kind of philosophy of domination. I don't see China ever wanting to be the dominant power and trying to convince people to live the Chinese way. It's not in the Chinese DNA. China did a fantastic job, unlike most Western European nations, and certainly, particularly, how poorly America reacted, how slowly and how irresponsibly. And frankly, I find it very, very galling to see that China is still being kind of attacked for what I feel was a completely remarkable response. Draconian is their favorite word. Draconian means unnecessarily punitive, unnecessarily hard, unnecessarily authoritarian. What they did was they saved China. It wasn't draconian, it was smart, and it was effective. Yes, of course, you deprive people of freedom. The freedom to die? I would like to be deprived of the freedom to die. Journalists use the word, it's because they're buying a kind of a Western prejudiced view of China. It's the lazy, mean-spirited, spiteful description of what China did.